Amber Sunrose here, and I am honored to gift you this reading today. May it be sacred medicine and soul food for you. May you be fed through these words and whatever comes forward intuitively through me. And before you look at the cards that have been drawn, I encourage you to go within and go ahead and give gratitude for the message, gratitude for the medicine, and call upon your own guides and your own higher self to bring the sacred wisdom that is exactly what you require at this time. And I am grateful and humbled and honored to be a channel of bringing this message forward to each of you. And in today's card reading, I have been drawn to the Earth Magic Oracle cards by Stephen D. Farmer. So this is the deck that I am using today for this reading. Card number 1, MEADOW Vulnerability. And I will share with you both from the book and what comes forward specifically. The meadow in this card invites us in with its beauty and openness. The flowers have arranged themselves in a poetic design orchestrated by nature, and the lush rolling fields urge us to relax and stay for a while. Yet for some, the idea of being in such an open space is terrifying. And in an expansive meadow like this, we may feel exposed and defenseless, lacking the perceived safety of an enclosed area. For others, walking through a meadow can be an exquisitely satisfying experience. We can feel comfortable in the openness and the visibility, enjoying the 360-degree view with nothing but the sky above. Yes, we may still feel vulnerable, but with a twist. This is vulnerability built on the foundation of trust rather than fear. The capacity to trust our own instincts to tell us if there are any potential threats we must respond to. By relaxing on this instinctual knowing, we can relax, by relying on this instinctual knowing, we can relax and enjoy the beauty that surrounds us. You are in a place now where you can take risks with your feelings, and even more important, take risks with the truth of who you are, the truth you know in your heart and your soul. You no longer need to be subjected to your conditioned fears of letting others know who you really are. Wow, that's a really deep one, and so much wisdom and medicine already for me right now today from that one, and I'm just really being with it and asking for guidance as to what I can add to it. When I think of vulnerability, I think of authenticity and showing up as who we really are, the good, the bad, and the ugly, so to speak, or really beyond judgment. To really be with it is just to see the light and the dark and all the different aspects that make us us, that make us human. And there's a big wake-up call resounding on our planet for people to step into their authenticity and be real. We've seen so much of society and TV and even online in the way that we interact with one another in social media, but there's just been so much needing to be a certain way, needing to fake it in order to be seen to do whatever, fake it till you make it, the whole game. We've all played some part, but it's clear now that in order to move forward at this time, it requires us coming into our authenticity and therefore also our vulnerability and sharing our truth and speaking up for what we really feel and how we think and what's really going on, because we don't realize until we realize how much that helps others when we really just own what's up and who we are and how we feel. And yeah, maybe you've had a shitty day. It's okay to say it. And we don't have to drag other people into it. There's no need to create a drama, but just be and allow being you to be real and for that to be a freeing experience. And I think that's really the heart of what this card is calling us to today. Card number 2, Cave, Sanctuary. Cave, sanctuary. As the sun sets, the crescent of the new moon appears in the distance. As this ancestral human creates his art, painting on the walls of the cave with colors drawn from earth's substances, the fire warms him, the cave shelters him, and provides a refuge from the rest of the world. With its womb-like structure, it not only offers sanctuary, but also serves as a temple that houses his creative spirit, which eventually gives birth in the physical form of his artwork. Woo! Chills. Note how absorbed he is in the process. He no doubt has prepared for this creative ceremony by getting the fire going, mixing the colors, and gathering his sacred objects. He's painting an image of a sacred spiral, one of the most ancient symbols ever discovered. It's been depicted in artwork found in a variety of cultures and occurs frequently in nature in exquisite mathematical proportions, such as in the shape of a nautilus shell. It also shows up in burial sites around the world, representing the endless spiral of life, death, and rebirth. The grand and complex mystery so elegantly portrayed in a simple circular pattern of peace. Whether it is a cave, meadow, forest, seashore, or any other setting in nature, this is where you can see, hear, and feel the presence of the Creator in your surroundings. Let it become a temple for your heart and soul, rather than having your computer, television, or any other human-made device or activity be your sanctuary. Allow yourself to discover the perfect place in nature where you can simply be and breathe. Doing so bridges the connection between the internal and the external, facilitating a spiritual communion that allows your being to be aligned in dramatic and quite quiet reverie with all that is. In today's busy world, it becomes even more crucial to set aside time for sanctuary, even if you have yet to schedule it. Also, there is a quiet, still place inside of you that will always be available as a sanctuary. Yet finding such a space in the natural world will enhance and complement this internal place. So there's clearly a deep call for sanctuary, and I find it so apropos that today I am beginning to paint my sanctuary. I have a new art studio space, and today I was there painting it this beautiful soft teal that reminds me of the ocean. And that space for me is meant to be a sanctuary as well as an art studio. But sanctuary is so very essential, and it's something I've been yearning for more of and am now creating. And this card is really calling and encouraging you to do your own version in whatever way you can. It doesn't even have to be fancy. Just make it sacred. Even if it's just a corner of a room that you can claim for your own, and make sure that it's well dusted and cleaned and ready to inspire you to go within and be with your stillness and perhaps create as well, but whatever really feeds your soul. Sometimes just giving ourselves the place where we can have permission to daydream and imagine is a powerful gift. We're often taught not to imagine, but imagining is how we manifest, how we create. We are imaginators, baby. So give yourself what is required to really kick those powers that you have into gear. And sanctuary is how you do this now at this time. So whether it is a trip, a vacation, some time at the beach, a corner of your home that you can have quiet meditative space, your phone, sorry, that you can have quiet meditative space, something. Give it to yourself now. That is what you are being called to do. Card number 3. Shaman. Ancient healing wisdom card. The deep, compassionate eyes of this Native American shaman portray the wisdom of one who has seen and who knows. He has witnessed visions, spirits, suffering, and joy, and knows that everything that exists has spirits intentionally behind it. Able to travel beyond the veil of ordinary reality, the shaman's primary assignment is to discern and maintain the balance between what his human community takes from the natural world and what it gives back. When the relationship is out of balance, the shaman must do whatever is necessary to restore it. Balance equals healing. The shaman lives his life in ceremony and treats everything with reverence, including the great mystery of death and the even greater mystery of life. He works with his spirit helpers, including his ancestral spirits, to help him in this service to his people and to the Earth Mother. Of course, also you could insert she in shaman. We women are also shamans in our own right, yes? Providing a liaison between the spiritual and the physical worlds. That's what the shaman does. Charged with relieving suffering leaving suffering as one of his priorities. The shaman does so by first always tending to the spiritual wound, the source of all illness. These healing powers have been passed along over the millennia from the ancient ones who knew the healing and curative powers of spirit. It may be due to soul illness, psychic intrusions, ancestral karma, or any other spiritual causes that could be contributing to the manifest condition for which you seek help. Whatever other methodologies or remedies you pursue, whether allopathic, alternative, or a combination, let the healing of your spirit be your priority. Know that the deepest spiritual wound is the illusion of being separate from Source, God, Great Spirit, or whatever name you give the Creator. It is the trick of the mind that creates the sense of separation. This is a time for deep healing, starting with your relationship with Spirit. Call upon your spirit guides and ancestors to help you with any emotional, mental, or physical healing that you need. Call upon the Creator to assist you in mending any rift in your relationship with Spirit. Choose thoughts that support wholeness and well-being. Allow any darker thoughts or shadows to appear as well, but simply observe them as they arise in your consciousness and then dissolve. See yourself as healed, whole, and complete, and it shall be. All illness, whether physical, emotional, or psychological, stem from an illness of spirit. Wow, this one is really big and really deep, and it's a lot to take in. So you may want to even re-watch this part of the video and just really be with this card, because Shaman is a powerful, powerful one to be showing up for us, for you now. I am called to encourage you that you have within you a great and mighty shaman. Listen to her, listen to him, go within and know. Allow yourself to know what you require to heal. And it's okay if you don't know yet. Don't force it. It's like a river. You can't fight yourself on this. But as you allow yourself to let your wisdom and higher knowing come forward, it can and it will. We all have the shaman within us. And also we can support one another with our gifts. It's okay to ask for help. It's okay to ask for guidance if you feel called to do so along your path. But know also that within you is a great and wise healer that you can, and I believe you will, tap into. You may already have, but that part of yourself is called for now, so that you can really be with whatever requires being healed for you in order for you to move forward at this time. And remember, as this card spoke, to call on higher guidance, to call on your angels. I feel just so much enthusiasm all around me right now from the angelic realm, from the other dimensions. I really just don't know how to put it into words enough to make it crystal clear, but you have enormous support. There are legions of angels and ancestors and guides voting your victory. And when I say voting your victory, I mean believing in and knowing and standing for you being victorious in whatever it is that you're here to do, whatever it is that you're here to give and be and experience. You have such an enormous team on board, and the shaman, that shaman side of you, as well as the shaman that you may experience in life, someone you connect with, they guide you. They're like someone to hold your hand as you cross that bridge. And you can do that for yourself as well, but that's what the shaman really is, crossing that bridge into realizing how supported you are, and realizing that there's so much more going on than what we think about on the everyday mundane level. And that spiritual realm is where the healing really takes place, or needs to take place, in order for the rest of our body, mind, and spirit to come into the pure health and alignment that we desire. That's what I have for now for you, beautiful dear ones, and I hope you enjoyed this reading gifted to you. I'm going to continue to do this weekly for now, for as long as I feel called to.